When was the last time you upgraded your home phones? For many of us, it's been years. But the reality of a home phone is it's going to work in an emergency. A lot of us love our home phone system, but if you have home phones that haven't been replaced and their range is very poor, you head outside to the mailbox, you're outside in the garden, in the backyard, and it's not working, it's crackly, it's noisy, or the battery life is not very good, I want to introduce you to AT&T's latest. This is the brand new 5-piece collection, backlit display, larger numbers, and every single feature you could possibly imagine as we look at the 2024 collection. 5 pieces means every room in the house will have their own handset. No more scrambling, trying to find it. Smart call blocker, more important today than ever before. I think it's devastating how many of us are being scammed on a daily basis with people calling us and lulling us into a false sense of security to try to grab money from us. This has smart call blocker, which is really valuable. There's a lot of features. ConnecttoCell is going to change your life. Do you know you can connect these phones to your cell phone? So when your cell phone rings, this will ring. I can talk on this instead of my cell phone, which I kind of prefer because, as our special guest expert, Mr. Bill Duggan's going to tell us about, Bill, when I'm on the cell phone, it always gets red hot, you know?
Well, that's just it. They're small.
Yes.
And the thing is, we want that experience that we grew up with, that we're comfortable with, and that's why AT&T, you know the name, right, which is great, which, by the way, if you're not an AT&T customer, these work with any landline, any cell phone company out there. So yes, as Adam was talking about, it's a beautiful device, which is nice because you do want larger numbers, backlit numbers, nice large screen and everything like that. But really where it comes down to it comes down to the quality of that call, the quality of the audio and the quality of the range, so you're gonna upgrade all of that. Do you have high definition audio on your home phones? Now you're getting high definition audio. So think of it this way, AT&T's been around for a while. We've not had this set of phones for almost a year.
Yeah.
And the cool part about this configuration, it's the largest we've ever done.
Yes.
So think about it, you have your landline. How often are you ignoring your landline because of those scam calls?
Right.
You send it to voicemail. You don't want it to ring through. It rings and you're like, it's solicitation. With this particular set, with progressive smart call blocking, it won't ring. The robocalls cannot get through the system. So right now at midnight, it's quiet. And trust me, I get calls from the West Coast on the East Coast, so it's midnight, they think it's 9 o'clock. But that's what's nice about this. Any call that comes through will have to identify themselves, and a robocall cannot get through. If it's the accountant or the mechanic or the principal that calls once a year, they can press the button that you have them press, and then they can get through. So the cool part about it, when the phone does ring, you hear it, and you actually want to pick up the phone.
Right.
You'll see on the screen who is calling through. So really one of the top features is definitely that smart call blocking because it pre-screens the calls. Because Adam, normally, if a call comes through and it's like, hello, that quiet, you know it's the robocall, you're immediately trying to, where's the call blocking button? Yeah. They already know it's a live number. And particularly now after the pandemic, when they knew we were all home and we would pick up the phone, they know that number's a live number. So now you don't have to worry about the calls coming through on your landline. The biggest upgrade, because Adam and I were talking earlier, I don't have a landline at my house. I just have my cell phone. But the fact that this can connect to my cell phone, 2 different cell phones. So it could be his and her cell phones. It could be my Android phone. It could be the Apple phone. So when someone does try to reach me on my cell phone, but my cell phone's, you know, in the bag or it's downstairs, I'm gonna call my cell phone real quick. And what you're gonna notice is my cell phone's in my pocket or it's in the, let me tell you why I upgraded too. So I'm ringing through, and it's ringing my cell phone.
I see that.
Right over here, right? I'm not gonna miss that call because I can pick it up right over here, which is great, easy, and convenient. So the fact that this works with a landline household, the fact that it works with maybe just a cellular household, you all will appreciate the upgrade, and it's true. My home, I do not have a landline. I use it for my cell phones. My sister has both, which I love. She would ignore the phone because the landline would ring. We're like, do you need to get that? Do you want to get, she's like, no, send it to voicemail, right? But then she also has dead zones. Like when we talk to her on her cell phone, we know she's in the kitchen. We're like, can you go outside? She's like, it's 30 degrees outside. More importantly, I can call her on the cell phone. She can pick it up on the landline and get a better call. So for dead zones with your cell phone, you're gonna get better range even because it's gonna connect through.
I like that there's so many handsets. You know, what we were looking at before the show is typically at this price, you'd maybe get 3 handsets, but you're getting 5, including this base station with your digital answering machine as well, which I love. There's so much to talk about, even down to the fact that, you know, this set of home phones versus the ones you may have had from, you know, maybe the year 2005, has better security with DEC 6.0 security. You know, we think about privacy and security and people hacking into this and hacking into that. It's important that you upgrade to the latest security, and that's what's on here. We talk about better clarity, being able to hear more with less of the white noise or the fuzzy sounds. That's what you're gonna have. Better range, like Bill mentioned, so we've got that range to be able to go all around the house and then outside of the house, and better battery life. If you forget to put it back on the cradle and you lose this down the back of the sofa for a couple of days, it's still gonna work for you. So there's a lot of reasons to spend not a lot of money to get a product that you'll have probably for the next decade. Because that's the thing, Bill, you don't upgrade these every year, but when you do, you make sense of it.
Well, that's just it. It's been a while. And what's cute, Adam's on his phone call right over here, right?
Yeah.
Do you know I could be on a phone call at the same time?
What?
Exactly. So now we have more lines in the house. So you could be having a cell phone call on your cell phone on the handset.
I'm on the phone to Joe, talking about today's
And I'm
special.
talking to Lori Leland.
On the same thing?
The same thing.
Wow.
And it's funny, you count 5 handsets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The base is its own handset in and of itself.
Without that even on there?
Correct. So you can actually dial your numbers right over here. You can take your phone calls and speakerphone right over here. So the base station is not just your digital answering machine, it's another phone, which is great. So you notice it also has a nice extra antenna over here. I like this. It has a place for me to charge my cell phone. So the key is you leave your answering machine and your base station where you get good cell service, and then all of a sudden, you're gonna be able to get those calls when you need to get those calls because it will ring through, which is important.
Right.
We want that to happen. We want everyone to be able to get connected to us, and that's what's gonna happen for a lot of us at home. So your phone calls will come through when you want them to come through. When you don't want them to come through, they won't come through.
Okay.
But you're gonna have that better connection and experience and audio. And one other thing I want everyone to realize too, the ease of setup is so simple. This is the AT&T difference. How come? It takes you through the process. You don't even have to read the directions, Adam. You and I both probably love that, right? Can you see that at home? Just take it right over here.
Yeah.
Hello. This voice guide will assist you with the basic setup of Smart Call Blocker.
And the thing is, the smart call blocking system is the #1 reason why people have upgraded their phones, because we do not want those unwanted calls. But more importantly, it's easy to do. And that's just it. My mom and sister have a landline. Now, they got it back. And when I actually set this up for my mom, what she loved about it was over the holidays,
Right.
really quick and easy to set up. We're sitting around, she's like, it's been quiet this weekend. It's been very nice. Because the phone wasn't constantly ringing with solicitations and solicitations. The times it did ring, it was the people we wanted to hear from, wishing us happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays and all that. So we did pick up the phone. But you know what's also great? I will call my mom on her cell phone. She doesn't answer. I'm like, where's
Right,
mom? What's
right,
going on?
right.
I now call my mom on her cell phone. It rings in the kitchen. It rings at her bedside table because, you know, trust me, my cell phone's pretty much always with me, not always with my mom. But the other thing is my cell phone is an expensive device.
Sure.
I don't have one in every room, but now I can have one in every room because I can actually even go back to my cell phone. There's buttons over here on the side. You see that voice assistant?
Yeah.
I can hit that voice assistant. It's gonna actually take me to my Siri or my Google Home, and I can ask it a question. Call the HSN PA desk.
Calling HSN PA desk phone.
That phone number is in my cell phone. That's in my phone book, because you know I got the number at the church. It is now placing a call on my handset via my cell phone. Hey guys, it's Bill and Adam. You having a good night?
Yes, how are you?
Good, we're doing good. Have a good night. We'll call you again later.
All right, good night.
But I just placed that call from my cell phone, but on this beautiful handset with better audio and better range. So that's the functionality of this. It really is not just your landline upgrade. It's a landline for all of us who have even just a cell phone device, but we want a handset in the kitchen. We want a handset upstairs, in the bathroom with my Trixonic if I need to, or out in the garage because you're gonna get better service.
It takes a second to kind of digest what Bill just showed us. He made a phone call through the handheld AT&T phone, right? But the phone call was actually being made through his cell phone, but he was listening and talking on this. That's fantastic. So if your and this is only if you want it to do that, but if your cell phone were to ring at home, instead of just your cell phone ringing, now your landline will ring, your handsets will ring, so you've always got easy access to it. So many opportunities. I think that strikes and resonates certainly with me. I think the other big thing is that smart and active call blocking, because again, it's devastating what is happening all across the country and quite frankly all over the world. It's the same in England as well. Too many people are being taken advantage of because it's easy to be very vulnerable when you've got somebody on the phone saying X and Y and you owe this amount of money and you need to pay now or the police are coming over. You know, that's what's happening. So we need to protect ourselves and our loved ones and mom and dad and grandma and grandpa, every one of us. because smart call blocking, active call blocking can save you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. And if your phone system doesn't have the latest 2024 smart call blocking facility and features, you need to consider upgrading. I think that stands alone as a major reason why you should think about these tonight. I will say, we do not offer home phones very often. This is the first time in maybe 2 or even 3 years that I've presented it. Some products we see regularly, as you know. This is the only scheduled airing. There are no other presentations. We now are under 1,000 left, and I think probably the reason these are selling so quickly is because we haven't seen them in so long. We're proud to have the latest version from AT&T. So about 900 left with the folks ordering, probably 700 or 650 before it's sold out. I don't have advanced order or wait list. Base station is your digital answering machine. That also works by itself as a handset, as it were. You've got the 5, as you can see there. Bill, it's a great opportunity for the entire system. We're at $129 and free shipping, and we've got FlexPay on this.
FlexPay and more handsets than we've ever offered. Remember, your base station stays in that one sweet spot where you get better cell service or you connect it to your landline, and this is all you need. It could be the bedside table, it could be the home office. So what happens? I'm over here working in the office, but I don't have my phone on me because I'm diligently working over here on the computer. I'm not paying attention. Do I have my phone next to me? The phone is in the other room. It's with Adam, but it's ringing right over here. So I can easily pick up that phone call and be like, hello. I did not miss that cell phone call because I got it right here on my phone, which is great. So that convenience for the cell phone household, whether it's 2 phones, because remember, you can connect 2 different cell devices. I like because, I'm over here working and all of a sudden, like, where's that phone number? I want to send a text message or even use this as an intercom. I hit my voice button. It's going to take me to my voice assistant on my phone, as long as it's in that good cell spot. I'm going to hear the little chime. Text message, Mom.
What do you want to say to Mom?
Have a great night.
It says, have a great night. Send it?
Yes.
Done.
I just sent a text message from my home office on my cell phone, but I didn't have it with me. Because not all of us always carry it with me. Maybe this is the dead zone in the house. So AT&T just upgraded the range and functionality of my expensive cell phone, but that's just one phone. It could be her phone as well. And that's where this is such a nice upgrade, because Adam, you're talking about how long it's been. It's been a long time since we've had AT&T, the ConnecttoCell, and that progressive smart call blocking. So if I am sitting here in the office, I do have a landline. If the phone rings, I know it's gotten through that system to prevent those robocalls, because it's one thing to get through and be annoying. It's another thing to get through and put me at risk where it's like, wait, I did not pay, or I need to pay, or you want my money to vote for you and all that. Nope, the calls that get through are the ones we've cleared or the ones that have identified themselves as a human, so then it is the mechanic or someone you want to talk to. So it's going to be a nice quiet experience, but it's also at the end of the day, better audio, better technology. You got the digital answering machine, but it's really coming to today's technology of cell phone. So boom, I have my cell phone everywhere I need it.
We're very busy. Our team letting me know we have about 500 left before this is sold out. I think the level of urgency simply comes in with the fact that we don't have any other airings, there's no other presentations. You can go to great retail stores and find these phones, but they're at $179. So I can save you $50 and I can get you a more upgraded set. Remember, this is as simple as you want it to be, a very easy ABC set of home phones, but it also has those extra features that really take it to the next level that I sincerely believe you'll take advantage of. When we talk about this ConnecttoCell, it feels like we're talking a different language. You can now connect your home phones to your cell phone. So when your cell phone rings, your home phones ring. Somebody's calling you on your cell phone, but instead of speaking to them on your cell phone, you can speak to them on your landline phone. That's fantastic. I love that. When you want to make a phone call, let's say the number is saved on your cell phone, I can make the call from this phone and it will access your cell phone's library. So again, you don't have to do that, but you can do that, and it's an amazing feature. We're getting a lot of questions about the smart call blocking, so I absolutely will answer those questions. Folks, this is inherent to this system. It is a wonderful, brand new, pioneering solution from AT&T. It's more active, more powerful than it has ever been before, because those robocalls and those scam calls and those fake calls are way too aggressive. And they are more prevalent today in 2024 than they have ever been. We have to have a barrier. We have to have a first line of defense. We love the security of a landline because we know our cell phone, the cell towers might be knocked out and we can't make that phone call. This is always going to work. That's important. That's really important. That's why so many of us love our landlines. But we have to protect ourselves from people that are trying to take advantage of us. And Bill, this system takes the control away from the bad guys and puts us back in control.
And that's just it. They knew we were home the last few years, so they've been calling us and calling us. And I'll be honest, call blocking is not new. Right. Remember, you have to have the button, and you have to go back and hit the button that was in one part of the house, and then they put it on the system, but you had to answer those calls. You had to identify, I do not want that 976 number, block it. With AT&T, and they're the first to do this, it pre-screens the call. So it does not get through. It does not ring during dinner, during your Zoom call. So it's quiet in the house, which is great. The calls that do get through, get your attention so you pick up the phone because it's been identified and pre-screened as a human. AT&T is the first one to do this. You can block up to 1,000 different numbers. Then there's the technical upgrades, better range with that DEC6 technology, high definition audio. When's the last time you had that high definition call? Less interference. The microwave goes off and you get fuzzy on your phone. You got an old phone if that happens. It is time to upgrade. But also, you know, my mom has a landline. Now she has cell phone service throughout the house. Yeah. I don't have a landline, but now I have cell phone reception and service. Yeah. And my sister, who has her cell phone, but has that dead zone in the kitchen, and we're like, can you go outside? Can you go to another part of the house? She's like, I'm making dinner. I'm like, I'm calling you right back and answer on your AT&T phone. Yeah. So she answers on the phone. She even puts me on speakerphone because it can work that way too. Yeah. So she's hands-free cooking dinner. Yeah. But what's made a difference is her cell phone was left in the good zone of the house, but now she can have that reception on her landline phone experience. So there's a variety of different ways to try it. I like the fact that, you know, oh, I'm going to bed, and it's like, hit that voice button. It's going to take me to my voice assistant. I'll get the little chime, and then when you hear the chime, do I have any messages on my cell phone?
Maybe